Just want to say good afternoon to everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Just checking in on you guys in the afternoon here. Yeah. Just want to touch on a few things that I was watching a while ago. I was watching uh, a video with J Progress, the YouTuber. He put out a video with this Jamaican guy went to Canada and he ran off. He was staying with his sister, and his sister put him out in the middle of winter. Well, you know, I would like to hear the sister side because we were I was only hearing the brother side. But I love to hear the sister side too, you know. But what she did still was kind of over the top. I mean, it's come on, it's a blood brother, regardless of what it is. To put him out into the midst of winter, especially in Canada, because Canada is even colder than the US. I'm telling you, because Canada is more deeper into the north than the US. And a lot of the time, a lot of the cold from Canada, because Canada borders us, a lot of especially from up, you know, the New York area where it's border, a lot of cold come across the US from there. And this sister, she put she put her brother out in the midst of the winter. Now this guy, he too is also stupid, you know what I mean? Because your sister put you out, and you have to go under a bridge to live with some other Jamaicans who were illegal, you know, and then you're gonna subject yourself to staying under that place. You don't have proper clothes to wear, no gloves to wear, and you stayed under there until your fingers were black because of frostbite. And then you met a Jamaican and he was telling you that you should go to doctor. He was advising you that you should go to doctor because it's very serious. Eventually he went to doctor. He lost his fingers. Now how stupid can you be? Me? My sister put me out like that, and I don't have any papers. I don't have any job. I'm going to the immigration and tell them send me home, because if I stay there under that bridge until I lose my fingers, what good is my hand to me in this country? And eventually, if they send me home, what good is my hand back home? I have no hands anymore. So what he did was stupid. You know what I mean? Let me tell you this, people, life is not a bed of roses in this country anymore. Not only here in America, because even Canada, I know people from in the 80s who got deported from Canada. Canada was even more strict. From those times, Canada was strict with their immigration policies. You understand? And now, in this year country in America, immigration, it's getting worse now. There's when you could come here and, run off and, you know, working under the table or working in other people's, papers, or get married to a woman to get your green card. Trust me, it is over. No, I'm not trying to. I don't want anyone to say I'm trying to discourage anyone from coming here, right? Because if you want to come, if you make your mind up and you make a decision to come, that's your business. But I'm only telling you that America is not a bed of roses, and things has drastically changed. You understand? 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago, when you could come here and, overstay and then get your papers after a while, that is done. It's no more anymore. You know what I mean? Because especially down in Florida, oh my God, that is the worst. I'm telling you. What they're doing now, I mean, first time somebody who isn't straight, don't have any paper and they have a car, they could register their car and so on. Can't do that anymore because what they're doing now, you have to show social security, you have to show your passport, you have to show your rental lease, a letter from your job, and a bank statement. You can't do those things anymore. So coming here and running off and subjecting yourself to these kind of racist, you know, rules and regulation, it doesn't worth it. It doesn't worth it. First time you could, marry to a woman and get your green card, they're looking into that now. In fact, they are revisiting previous marriages to find out if it was a true wedding. A lot of these guys are in trouble now. They're taking away their green card because they did marry because of a green card. They were paid to do it. The ladies were paid to do it. So they're revisiting a lot of those cases now, and they are taking away people. Mind you, I'm not immigration. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from coming here. I'm not immigration. I don't know. I don't know the least about immigration law, but I'm just telling you what I see is going on here. This here is not a bed of roses anymore. This country is changed, and it's not only America alone. Other European countries too are stepping up and coming up with stringent laws about immigration. You understand? I'm not, that guy. I mean, come on. You stayed under that bridge in that coal until you lost your fingers. They become black. You lost your fingers from frostbite. Go home, man. Go home. You understand? I don't know what's the problem, why your sister put you out, but you are out there suffering. You lost your fingers now. How are you gonna work? Hands without fingers, how are you gonna work? If they send you home, what use is your hands gonna have to you in Jamaica? Come on, man. America is not a bed of roses anymore. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone. You want to come, fine. And if you are here and you don't have papers, you can get a job, you can get a little job on the side. Because some people, they will hire you, but when they know that you don't have papers, they're going to pay you, little to nothing. But if you are here and you don't have papers and you live with a family member or a friend, and you get a job, say, can pay you, say, 150, 200 a week, take it. Take it. And when you get that money, you give the person you're staying with maybe 100 out of it, you help towards what is going on in the house. That man's sister, maybe she get fed up, to being providing for him. You know what I mean? Things is very expensive now in America. And if you have a family member taking care of your bills plus their bills, after a while they're going to be, they're going to get tired of you. They're going to want you out. I don't know what really happened, but for me, I wouldn't do that to any of my family members. You understand? No matter how small it is, I will continue to share it with he or she until it gets better. You understand? But we have some families back home. We have some people back home from Jamaica. They live bad all their lives over there. And when they come here, they come with the same bad attitude, live bad amongst their family. Family is family, man. But as I said, I'd like to hear her side of story. I would love J Progress. J Progress, if you're listening to this, try and get her side of the story. Let me hear why she put him out. You know what I mean? America is not America anymore. I remember when I first came to America, I came here, I think it was, the first time I came here, I think it was 81, 82. And I remember when I came here, you could use $100 and full a supermarket trolley of goods. Now, to full a supermarket trolley of goods, you're looking at 450, 500 to $600. Cost of living is gone out of the reach of poor people. Cost of living, cost of living is terribly high. I'm telling you. When, when, when I get my first paycheck in the month, I don't touch it none at all. I wait on the second one. So when I get both of them, then I pay the rent, then I pay, you know, my car insurance, then I pay, I don't pay water rate because everything is in my my um my lease. But I pay my phone bill and other little bills I may have, like when I buy stuff and so on. And then whatever left, I go to Costco. I have a membership card at Costco, and I buy stuff, on the wholesale basis, so I can, have something for the whole month until I'm ready to do it all over again for the next month. You know what I mean? It's not a bed of roses. Some family members back home, they ask you for something, even some friends, and they ask you for a thing, and you send maybe $100 or $50 and give them, and they be, oh, what is this? And be thankful, be grateful, because life is not easy for us up here. It's not easy. As you get the money, bills, bills, bills. And one thing they should understand, that the rent alone, one apartment. My last son, he just rent a new apartment, one bedroom apartment for 2,000, I think it's 2,200. Trust me, cost of living is gone out of poor people's reach. I was coming from work a couple of weeks ago, and they have this place, like like a little shop area where they put, stuff, canned stuff and all those things, couple bags of rice and thing, not big bags of rice, but where poor people who can afford it can go there and take some of those things. And I was coming from work, and I see how many people line up at that place, trying to get some of those stuff. And I shake my head, and right away I start to give thanks to the Most High. You know what I mean? I start to give him thanks for what he has done for me and what he's still doing for me. Give him thanks for the job that I have, because there's a lot of people who's worse than me. You understand? We have to give thanks. You know what I mean? You wake up and you see another day, give thanks. It's not easy. It's not easy. So, guys, you're coming up here and you want to run off, make sure you figure your way out first. You know what I mean? And then a lot of these Jamaicans, they come up here, and then they come with the same bad attitudes, the same bad behavior. And the next thing you know, they fall in trouble with the law. They start to mix up with all kind of bad, influence and, undesirables and things like that. Some of them, they may not have even paper either. And they go mixing up with bad people. You don't have any paper? Stay put. You're working, go do your work, come home, relax. Don't go anywhere. You know what I mean? A lot of these people, they come here and then all of a sudden they have green card. Some of them have green card, and they be, flossing, and they be behaving all sort of boisterous way, and they go to this party, they go to that dance, and they be doing all sorts of illegal stuff. You understand? Next thing you know, they get into trouble with the law, deported. They go back to Jamaica, they have nothing. Because while they're here and they're making money, it's like they burn their bridges, they don't think that anything can happen and they can have to go back to Jamaica. For me, every month or every other month, when I can find it, if it's even $50, I send to my Jamaican bank account. Even though I'm a citizen, I make sure I still maintain a Jamaican bank account. And I make sure I still maintain my Jamaican passport. Mind you, if I'm traveling, I have to use the American passport, go and come. Because that's the rule now. I cannot I cannot travel out and use my Jamaican passport. I cannot travel back in and use my Jamaican passport. I have to use my American passport when I go and when I come. But I make sure I still have a live Jamaican passport. And I make sure I have a little something in Jamaica. So, because I mean, I wasn't born here. I wasn't born here. And anything can happen. I can be driving my car. Somebody run out in front of it, boom. You can't tell them what to do. It's their country. If they want to deport me, take my citizenship away and deport me, I can't stop them. So if I don't have anything in Jamaica and that should happen, how would I get by? That's how they must think. You have your green card and you're working. Set a little thing in Jamaica. Have a nice little account. God forbid anything happen, further down the line and you have to go home. You're good. Yeah. No, they don't think like that. They burn their bridges and think that, all is well in this country. This country is not like what it was. This is not the America that we all fell in love with. You understand? Check this. You have these American people who born and grow here. Mind you, they know how to work the system, And they are some of the most laziest people on God earth. And when you as a foreigner come here, take jobs that they don't want to do those jobs. And when you take those jobs and you start to, elevate yourself, save your money, pinch your money and know what to do with it, you know what I mean? Economize on your money and, set your thing. They start to grudge you and you think Jamaicans got through that? You think Jamaicans got through that? You want to see them a people play up as a man. Are the most grudgeful thing them on 2 foot. Them take grudgeful to a different level. Ooh, them tell you how you come here and take with them job. When in fact they didn't have any job because they don't want this job. They don't want it. But when they see you excelling, climbing up the ladder, they talk about you must go back where you come from. Because you're taking away their job. Some of them, if you're illegal and they know, they just call immigration on you. Yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we as a people, we have to change our attitude when we go out into the world. You know what I mean? I will advise these young people now, don't come here and running off. Those days are done. It's terrible. These guys they are digging up everything now. If you come legal. And if you come here and you want to, marry somebody to get your stay, it's best for you to go back down to Jamaica. Let that person come down there and marry you down there. And you stay down there and she or he will be up here filing your papers from up here. Because if you file your papers up here, stay up here and file your papers, because they have some different sort of measures now, what am I use now, for the when you go for the interview. And they will ask you some tricky question and trick you and they deny you. You understand? So it's best if you want to have a green card or you find somebody where you fancy or you want to, go back to Jamaica, let that person come down and marry you down there. Then you down there, then she be sending all your papers down there. I filed for my son. My son, he used to come up and he used to have visa way come up and visit me, but I was filing for him during that period. And every time he come up and visit, he goes back home. And all my immigration paper that because I use a lawyer, we send it to him down there. So all his papers that we filed, sent to him in Jamaica. So when he came up a year and a half ago, and he got a nice job since he came up. And then he went back. Last year, we went down to Jamaica for a week. I think it was a week or two. And when he came back, there was no problem. Immigration didn't even look at him because when they go on the computer and look, they see that all his papers were filed by his father in Jamaica. It's not like his papers are filed here where they can talk about it wasn't real or anything like that. You understand? And I filed for him and his two sons at the same time. All three of them come up one time. Yeah. Their mothers live in what state again? One of them state. I don't remember. But so the two boys are down there with her. One is studying. One went to Cornwall and one went to Herbert Marison Technical High, and one have 8 subject and one have 7 subject. So one is doing some engineering stuff, civil engineering, yeah, and then the other one is doing pharmacies, studying to be a pharmacist. So they're in the other state. My son is here. He's a dispatcher. Yeah. So the days when time guys and ladies and gentlemen used to come here running off, they cut that off. They cut it off. It's not going to work anymore. You know, it's different now. I would not advise anybody to come here now and subject yourself to being a worse than a second-class citizen. You understand? Because even we who are citizens here, you think they like us? They don't like us. A lot of them don't like. I mean, I'm not saying every one of them is bad still. You have some nice, trust me, you have some nice people here. You have some nice white people and some nice black people. But the majority of them, I'm telling you, they're not pretty. They're not pretty. But you have a lot of nice ones here. I'm not saying all of them is, corrupt and racist and things like that. But a lot of them is, no, they're not pretty. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got to know what we're doing in this time when we come to this country. We can't run around their immigration system anymore like that. It's not no, it's not possible anymore. So when you guys come legal, know what you all are doing. Yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the boy Antonio, I just wanted to get that little message off my chest. You know what I mean? You know. And I hope Progress, if you're listening, try and get the sister side of the story, so we can know the truth of what took place. Yeah, man. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just want you guys to continue to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Help me to grow this channel. Please and thanks. So with that being said and done, that go on, what go on. See you in the next video.